Hi everyone, welcome to our new episode of What's New in Dynatrace Observability Clinic series. I'm here today to replace Berkan. He's enjoying his vacations. And today Milos is with us, who will talk about the new Dynatrace features introduced in version 292. Hi Milos, how are you doing?
Hello, Kale. Nice to have you guys. Berkan, well-deserved holidays. Happy to be here. Thank you.
Awesome. Nice to have you, Milos. So first of all, let's look into the agenda. So yeah.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah. So as you've been used to that, we will start with having a short glance into the playground environment. And then Milos will take you through the new product updates. And at the end, we'll have a short summary of the different community channels that we have and resources that will help you to get more information and help with the product chat assistance, for example. And yeah, let's get started with the also with the information about the built-in use cases. So as we mentioned in our last observability clinic on what's new in Dynatrace, we have a really good collection about Dynatrace use cases end to end, starting from the development phase, which different capabilities of the Dynatrace platform you can use to make your development more efficient, more reliable, and to increase the quality. And then we have the next phases, release, operate, resolve, protect, and improve. And with all those different phases, you will find a collection of different use cases that will help you to work towards a world where software works perfectly. Next, as we've mentioned, the playground environment. So if you don't have a Dynatrace account yet, you can use the first QR code or the first link to create a trial account. And when you create a trial account, you'll also have access to the playground environment. And there you can check out many different features, capabilities, and apps of the Dynatrace platform. If you're already a Dynatrace user, you can just go to the second QR code or to the link and start checking out different Dynatrace perspectives and capabilities, infrastructure monitoring, application observability, content monitoring, and many more. At the end, at the bottom of this page, you'll also see another QR code. This is a link to our GitHub repository, where you can find many examples, dashboards, and many more resources that will help you to get started with Dynatrace for different capabilities. All right, so as mentioned, today we have the release 292, and Milos, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Kale, for the nice introduction. Yeah, let's dive right into the 292 release notes. What do we have? First of all, an awesome announcement. Finally, metrics on Grail are generally available. For many of you, you had already the chance to test and explore what metrics on Grail look like. Now it is finally G8. Most prominent here, we can use DQL to query the metrics. What remains important is the third bullet point here. Metrics will still be written in Classic and Grail, so nothing is lost, helping you for the transition towards Grail. And for the DPS customers already out there, of course, with metrics now being powered on Grail, you have a new product category available there. And for the maybe future DPS customers that are interested in what DPS rate cards look like, please find an example here. And there you can also check out the new product category metrics powered by Grail.
Awesome. Yeah. So that's basically the Dynatrace platform subscription, which gives our customers the possibility to flexibly try the different capabilities of Dynatrace.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Awesome.
So pretty nice feature we have here. Pretty nice announcement. Second announcement, maybe not that nice, but still an announcement. Internet Explorer version 11 is quite old already, and the newest RAM JavaScript agent version 1.2.1.9. Oh my God, 1.293. It's Monday today. I'm sorry. So with the with the next version that's coming, basically stopped supporting the Internet Explorer version 11. For more information, for possible workarounds, please hit this link here. There is also an awesome community post available. In general, the workarounds focus on using older JavaScript agents. So yeah, much about that. And now to the platform news. We bunched a couple of them, 4 of them together here on one slide, since most of them are maybe not impactful for the largest customer pools out there. So let us start with the first one, process connection errors. Basically, maybe you were affected by that when process group instances, or actually when a host faces an outage, a connection error, and you have 10 PGIs, 10 process group instances out there, you will get 10 problems. Now this was resolved. Over alerting was a bit mitigated there with all of these 10 alerts merged into one. This is basically the summary of the first. Did I get that one correct, Kale?
Yeah, sounds good.
The 3 coming after then are pretty much related. We are focusing again on DQL and notebooks. We will check this out in a moment in the hands-on part. Basically, the first here DQL rated is when fetching in queries entities that don't exist. They don't exist anymore, not monitored, basically any sort of non-existing entity, then the whole query will not fail anymore. You will just get a hint, query resulted in no results, but the query is not failing per se. So pretty nice feature, increasing, in my opinion, the usability.
And we'll have a look into that in the demo, right, Milos?
Yes, the 3 last points, we will show them in a moment.
Oh, okay.
I think they are then pretty self-explanatory here. That one pretty awesome as well. Finally, we can export notebooks into PDF. We can show them in a printable format, allowing them to print as a PDF. So pretty nice, standard feature actually. Nice to be here to announce that one. And the last one again, usability. When charting metrics and splitting by DT entity host, for example, for host CPU, finally next to the entity host ID, now also the name is added. Awesome. Of course, this was possible in the past as well, but now you get it automatically in one.
Awesome.
What this looks like is the following. The first one with the failing query, very, very simple DQL query here, fetching just a list of hosts. And let's assume I'm filtering here for one host. Oops, sorry. Filter. Of course, filtering by mouse works all good. But let's assume I'm fetching here a query. I'm fetching here a host that most probably does not exist. I'm just making here numbers up. And then the query is successful because it's not wrong, but the result is no records since it doesn't exist.
That's awesome. So if you have some existing query and you have some hosts decommissioned and you don't have a host ID, for example, anymore, still your query will work properly. So that's cool.
Yeah, I think pretty nice feature. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely lowers the level of frustration.
Yeah.
What else do we have? There's 3 dots here as usual. In Dynatrace, we often look for the 3 dots, and here we have the new print view. I think not too much introduction is required here. We can print to PDF, print on a printer. Pretty straightforward.
That's so awesome. Like when you can export this into PDF. Before you could export it into a JSON, right, and share with your colleagues, but then they had to import this into Dynatrace to check what this notebook was about with the persisted results. Now you can just create PDFs, right, and share with your colleagues, with your managers, with teammates, and so on, and you make it kind of, you lower the threshold to have access to the data.
What I wanted to say, especially interesting, as you mentioned, maybe for team members that don't have yet access into Dynatrace, simply exporting into PDF and sharing with them. Let me go back here. And the last one, yeah, probably the nicest in my opinion. So what we did here is a simple charting of exploring metrics. Metric CPU usage is here selected, splitting by the host, and now finally next to the to the entity ID, in this case host ID, we also see the host names. So pretty nice feature here.
That's cool.
Let me go back again, please. AppSec related. Now with the 2.9.2 release, when having AppSec enabled in infrastructure mode and discovery mode, that's possible, opt-in feature. Public internet exposure is also detected on Linux hosts. So in case you're wondering what public internet exposure is, when you open any vulnerability out there, you will be greeted by a view similar to that one here. And here at the top, you can then see if this vulnerability is publicly exposed to the internet. And yeah, with the newest release, two statuses are available, being public network or not detected.
That's awesome. So imagine you have like tens, hundreds, thousands of hosts, and often you wonder, okay, where to focus the resources. So you can just have a look into those elements that are publicly exposed. So this is usually, those spots are usually those where attackers can get into your systems. And with now infrastructure and discovery mode, we can get this on top and help make your environments safer and more secure.
Definitely. Nice feature, yeah. What else do we have? OpenTelemetry here. Yeah, the OpenTelemetry metric ingest endpoint limitation when it came to the maximum data points that can be ingested with one request was increased. It's now 15,000 data points per request. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. In case this limit is still exceeded, then the endpoint will return 413 content to large response. Apart from that, Dynatrace does recommend, I'm no OpenTelemetry expert at this point, I have to admit, but what Dynatrace recommends as a best practice is to anyway limit the number of data points. Two suggestions are made here. Yeah, first one being periodic metric reader to be enabled in the OpenTelemetry SDK, and the second one is to apply the limit in the collector itself in the batch processor.
Awesome. So just using the right configurations enables you to have a smooth OpenTelemetry integration into Dynatrace, as we can see here. And I guess we have more information in the documentation, right, Milos, about the collector processor and also about the periodic metric reader in the OTel SDK. You'll find a bunch of resources online about that.
Exactly. I just realized I haven't embedded the links here to the documentation. I will correct myself and do that. And please check out in the video description below the links, and you will find then the link to the documentation in case you're interested about the 2 points here to
awesome
to follow to honor the best practices. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Kale. Yeah, good point. What else do we have? ActiveGate. When using the get all ActiveGate endpoint, just an example endpoint, then one attribute was removed from the response. Simply, it isn't required anymore. Not used. That's why it was removed to increase here the visibility. And what attribute was removed? It's that one here, the automatic API monitoring attribute. In the past, you could find it in the attributes below the Kubernetes cluster ID attribute. Yeah, currently here you only see the Kubernetes cluster ID attribute because the other one was already removed. Yeah, minor thing.
Yeah.
Just here. Yeah.
Cool.
Just here for the sake of completeness. Nice feature. And I think the one that's coming now is pretty awesome. Yeah. Custom log sources. Widely used, allowing us, for the new users out there, allowing us to help the one agent detect logs that the one agent isn't capable of detecting with the auto discovery. So basically manually defining a path where the one agent checks. And that's what we did here in this small example. Or actually, the new thing with 292 is that when using wildcards, we can now expand them. And here we have a small example what this can look like. Simple path with 2 wildcards. And we can then add attributes. You will find the blue new button that wasn't available before, allowing us to define attribute key and attribute values. I highly recommend checking out the documentation, but in short, what it does is allowing us to define a key, as we did here. The key, just the example here, entire path. We indexed it with 0, allowing now the system to capture the entire path here.
Okay.
In this attribute, it is added to every log that's grabbed from this path. So in the future log that's grabbed here, we will have an attribute with the entire path. Any following index is basically a count. So 1 stands for the first wildcard, 2 stands for the second wildcard, and 3 doesn't exist since that's why we see the warning. So 1 and 2 allow us now to see where exactly, in which directory this log came from. So the wildcard is expanded. Yeah, we called it first and second wildcard just for the sake here, but you can, of course, pre-text, insert whatever you like.
That's awesome.
And we can combine, yeah. I think that's pretty nice.
Yeah. It helps you to quickly find the logs that are, for example, with app minus, I don't know, authentication server, whatever. So it really helps you to use those attributes to have a better grip on the data ingested to Dynatrace.
Definitely, yeah. So pretty happy to be able to announce that one. Yeah, awesome.
Awesome.
And I think last but not least, a couple of old metrics are deprecated now. Don't worry, please. All of these metrics are or have their own replacement. So nothing is lost here except for the throttling ratio one. This one was removed because it can be calculated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. In case I can actually put it in the video description below as well, an example how this can be replaced. Apart from that, we recommend checking out this link here for more information and to check for possible replacements. Let us check this out, what it looks like. You will land on this page. Simply log in here with your environment URL, with the API token, the scopes you can find here. And basically then you can audit and see how to replace the metrics.
Oh, that's awesome. That's basically an automated approach to see which metrics are deprecated and which new metrics you can use to replace those deprecated ones. Awesome.
Exactly. Yeah, pretty nice thing actually. Yeah.
Cool.
And with that said, I think we already reached the end for version 292. Thank you very much. As usual, please feel free to ask any questions if you might have. Please provide feedback. Channels for that, there are multiple. First of all, being Dynatrace community feedback channel. For the questions, feel free to reach out in our live in product chat. And in case you want more content, we highly encourage, please check out possible webinar schedules in the Dynatrace University. Thank you very much. And yeah, thank you very much, Kale. And yeah, have a nice day.
Awesome, Milos. Thanks for the presentation. And yeah, thanks to everyone for listening in and hope to see you soon again. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.